So now we're doing TryHackMe, pre-security network fundamentals, extending your network, task 2, Firewalls 101. All right. So a firewall is a device within a network responsible for determining what traffic is allowed to enter and exit, right? So we can think of a firewall as border security for a network. An administrator can configure a firewall to permit or deny traffic from entering or exiting a network based on numerous factors such as where the traffic's coming from. So has the firewall been told to accept or deny traffic from a specific network? Where's the traffic going? Has it been told to accept or deny traffic for a destined for a specific network? Also, what port is the traffic for? Has the firewall been told to accept or deny traffic destined for port 80 only? Also, what protocol is the traffic using? Has the firewall been told to accept or deny traffic that's UDP, TCP, or both? All right, so those are questions we need to ask when configuring a firewall. I mean, we're trying to be hackers, but whatever. Anyway, so firewalls, I mean, what are those things called? Security analysts? Yeah. Anyway, firewalls perform packet inspection to determine the answers to these questions, okay? Firewalls come in all shapes and sizes, from dedicated pieces of hardware, often found in large networks like businesses, that can handle a magnitude of data, to residential routers like the ones at our house, or software such as Snort. Firewalls can be categorized into 2 to 3 categories, right? I click this, but this sends us to a blinding white page. But just remember, there's a software for firewalls called Snort, right? So we're going to cover the 2 primary categories of firewalls in the table below. We got the category and the description. So we got the first one, stateful, and this is the type of firewall. This type of firewall uses the entire information from a connection. Rather than inspecting an individual packet, this firewall determines the behavior of a device based on the entire connection, okay? So this firewall type consumes many resources in comparison to stateless firewalls, as the decision-making is dynamic, right? So it's very expensive in the electricity and resources, and computing, whatever. For example, a firewall could allow the first parts of a TCP handshake that would fail later, okay? If a connection from a host is bad, it will block the entire device. So there we go. So I can't really think of any examples except for like if you were to get like IP banned, I guess, from a game. But other than that, I can't think of any times that would actually happen to us. But whatever. Anyway, stateless. So this firewall type uses a static set of rules to determine whether or not individual packets are acceptable or not. So for example, a device sending a bad packet will not necessarily mean that the entire device is then blocked. So while these firewalls use much fewer resources than alternatives, they're also much dumber, turns out. So since these use a lot of resources, they're, I guess, smarter, I guess. For example, these firewalls are only effective as the rules that are defined within them, okay? So if a rule is not matched exactly, it is effectively useless, all right? So I'm just thinking like of like regex, how you got to like write like super specific regex to match stuff in JavaScript and Python and whatever you're going to use your regex for, that kind of stuff. But I'm also sure that they've probably got, like, somebody's got a big list of stuff that needs to be matched or not matched, you know? Anyway, we'll get into that later. So however, these firewalls are great when receiving large amounts of traffic from a set of hosts, such as a distributed denial of service attack. I think that's a specific hacking technique. But anyway, let's go. So we're going to answer the questions below. What layers of the OSI model do firewalls operate at? For this answer, we just need to provide the numbers in ascending order, separated by an ampersand, for example, 4 and 5, right? So with this one right here, I've already read through this one a few times in rehearsal, and it's not in there. So what we're going to have to do is go for the hint this time. So the question hint is going to be they operate on the network and transport layers of the OSI. So I've already got this open right here, so we can look at network and transport. It's going to be 3 and 4. All right, so let's go over here and say 3 and 4 and submit it. There we go. Awesome. So what category of firewall inspects the entire connection? That's going to be stateful. Let's put that in there. Stateful. All right. There we go. And then what category of firewall inspects individual packets? Probably stateless, right? Stateless. And submit it. All right, there we go. All right. So now we're on to task 3, practical firewall. And we'll see you next time.